Exactly 7 p.m. here in the nation's capital. Good evening and welcome to the 7 p.m. news on Info Television. To begin our newscast first, our top stories. In this newscast, the General Coordinator of the Council of Imams and Muslim Dignitaries of Cameroun, known as Sidimuk, Dr. Musa Umaru, held a press conference this Wednesday, January 14, 2026, at the institution's headquarters in Yaoundé. Away from that, the 2026 state budget, which stands at 8,816.4 billion CFA francs, has been launched in Gaoundéré, Adamawa region of Cameroon. Those were headlines. Now the news in further details. Welcome back. As you heard in one of our top stories, the General Coordinator of the Councils of Imams and Muslim Dignitaries of Cameroon, known as Sidimuk, Dr. Musa Umaru, held a press conference this Wednesday, January 14, 2026, at the institution's headquarters in Yaoundé. The objective of this meeting was to present results of Sidimuk delegation to the Holy See. As you tell us, Mimi Tiobo.
Strengthening and promoting interfaith dialogue between Muslim and Catholic communities was the main objective of the visit by a delegation of the Council of Imam and Muslim Dignitaries of Cameroon, Sidimuk, to the Vatican from December 4 to 7, 2025. The leaders of Sidimuk have reaffirmed the crucial importance of Islamic-Christians dialogue as an instrument of peace and mutual cooperation. Concrete avenues for future collaboration have been outlined, aiming to transform this dialogue into joint social and community action. Speaking at a press conference on January 14, 2026, the General Coordinator of Sidimuk, Dr. Musa Umaru, emphasized the importance of the visit of the Holy See. The delegation was received by Pope Leo XIV on December 6, 2025. During the audience, the Pope praised Cameroon as a model of peaceful coexistence amongst religious communities. The respectful discussions highlighted several fundamental issues at stake. The delegation noted with interest that the authorities, including His Holiness, took a keen interest in the situation in Cameroon. We were praised for our country being an example of peaceful coexistence and living together between communities. Dr. Umaru expressed gratitude to the partners who contributed to the success of the mission, describing it as the beginning of a promising cooperation between Sidimuk and the Holy See.
Away from that, the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Joseph Dongute, receives New Year wishes from collaborators and partner institution at the Star Building in Yaoundé. The event that took place on Tuesday, 13 January 2026 is marked by jubilation, renewed commitment to government action. Details in this report.
The Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph Dongute, on January 13, 2026, at the Star Building in Yaoundé, received New Year wishes at the newly constructed building, hosting the services of the Prime Ministry. A shout of joy, acclamation, and flowers offered to the Prime Minister from the guests clearly depicts satisfaction and appreciation for the effort deployed by...
As you heard in one of our top stories, the 2026 state budget, which stands at 8,816.4 billion CFA francs, has been launched in Gaoundéré in the Adamawa region of Cameroon. Presided over by the Minister of Finance, Louis Paul Moutaze, the event brought together administrative, religious, and traditional authorities. As you tell us, Amadou Boba.
The Hall of the Episcopal Church in Gaoundéré, 13 January 2026, served as a venue for the ceremony marking the launch of the state budget for the fiscal year 2026, presided over by the Minister of Finance, Paul Motaze. The event brought together administrative, religious, and traditional authorities from the Adamawa region. The city's mayor, Bobo Salihu, in his welcome address, extended a warm welcome to all attendees. The minister presented the key components of the budget, emphasizing the importance of rigor and transparency in public expenditure management. Several presentations were made to clarify budgetary issues, facilitating an interactive exchange with participants.
I came here in Gaoundéré because I wanted to see those people of Gaoundéré, because they are doing a very good job. And even the representative of the Minister of Economy has a word. The Minister of Economy has a word on that. For the investment budget, they are doing a very good job. So I wanted to thank them for that, to congratulate them. This is the first thing. The second thing is that we have a budget that is a very interesting budget. But to have a smooth execution of this budget, we have to be disciplined. And this is why we came here to let them know how we see the future, and we think that the preoccupations they have, we are going to address them. We owe people. We have to pay some money to people, some contractors who have done their job, who have done their contracts. They have realized their contracts in the convention. We stand with them, and I told them that all those sums will be paid to them. But we think that we have a bright future, as the head of state has said. We have a bright future. But to do that, we have to go to a smooth execution of the budget. And I think that we have had a very interesting working session, and I will go back to Yaoundé very satisfied of all what you have said today, all what we have seen, and all what we are going to do in the future.
Divisional representatives expressed their expectation and needs, highlighting the significance of provision allocated by President Paul Biya for regional development. The chairman of the board of directors of the ARMP also commended the government's efforts.
The budget is executional. Projects that have to ameliorate our living condition, they are already in the budget. They should start the contract, the procedure to award those contracts. They should not wait until maybe June, July before they go to Minister of Public Contract to ask for an exoneration in the tender process. So they should make sure that anything they do, they know that their action will either bring down the state or take the state go further. So the advice that I'll give them is that they should master the measures and the procedure that is contained in the budget execution circular, and to make sure that they respect them, so that at the end of the year they will be able to execute their budget in an optimal manner, and the results will be there for them to see and for their population to see.
This ceremony reflects the government commitment to promoting transparency and addressing citizens' expectations.
Away from that, the atmosphere in some markets in Yaoundé are buzzing with activities after the festive holiday period. Jessica Ndihum toured some markets and gauged the atmosphere and brought back how some concerned retailers still manage to generate sales. Her report.
Though the festive season has ended, the hustle continues in Yaoundé market, where traders are working hard to keep sales flowing. For many traders, the end of the festive season marks the beginning and continuation of another struggle to survive. In Yaoundé, markets remain lively as retailers adapt to keep sales coming through, though complaints of difficulties were expressed.
I have my capital that I use to turn my business with. From December to now, I still have the same capital, because when I come to the market, I sell, I use my interest, and then the capital remains. The difficulties come when you don't sell. When you don't sell, fowls will remain, they will die, and the capital will reduce.
I want to get money for make a better life. I try, but something on the waka.
We are mothers. We have children in schools and universities. People no longer come here to buy. The goods you see here are too expensive to sell. Since this morning, I haven't even made 1,000 francs in sales. While many traders voice frustration and hardship, others are still finding ways to make sales. There is nothing left. It's difficult. Currently, it's difficult. We don't see anything. We pray to maintain our sales. We can't run away from our office like this, can you? So it's very difficult. I can't sleep. I'm hungry. Never. When it's hard, I make sure the little things I have, I endeavor to sell it. If I sell my arrow, I take a little and put in my bag to eat at home. You use what you have. You don't have to look for it.
My foundation is based on Jesus Christ, so my capital is intact and I'm still having my interest that I manage with. Those who bought only for that moment are not there, but my regular customers are still there.
As the festive glow fades, traders in Yaoundé are adjusting to a new economic reality. With reduced purchasing power and rising the cost, the post-holiday period presents fresh challenges. Even as market activity continues, the struggle continues.
Away from that, a 6-month municipal cleanup initiative has been organized by the Yaoundé 3 Council and funded by a presidential grant. The initiative, according to officials of the council, is to employ local youth to clear gutters and remove garbage, addressing both sanitation and temporary unemployment. Details in this report.
Along Major Street in the Yaoundé 3 municipality, a common scene can be witnessed where gutters are emptied and heaps of garbage are carried away by youths employed by the council. It's a specific framework for sanitation. We are working to clean up the municipality. It's an operation that was launched this January. This activity falls within the special grant allocated to councils in Yaoundé by President Paul Biya for operations dedicated to keeping the city clean. To tell the truth, is an initiative of the President of the Republic who enabled this opportunity to take shape, and the mayor of the Yaoundé 3 Council has therefore decided to convene and recruit almost 400 youth to do the work you've been seeing for a few days. Coordinated by the Hygiene, Sanitation and Environment Department of the Yaoundé 3 Council, the initiative is appreciated by some citizens and will, to an extent, fight youth unemployment for a specific period of 6 months. Actually, there are not volunteers. There are young people who've been selected, recruited for this specific activity. So, we are what I was saying, allowing this age group to get out of employment for 6 months. So, it's a fixed term contract. It's not an open-ended contract. Fixed term contract for 6 months. The employed youths have been divided into groups, each with a leader and well-defined activities. While some are cleaning up gutters and sweeping, others specialize in painting.
The Oja Medical Center in the Yaoundé 4 municipality in the Funu division of the Central region has received a donation of medical supplies and equipment from Cameroun Airport Corporation. The donation was handed over on Tuesday, January 13, 2026. to the director of Oja Medical Center, Dr. Victorine Congo, at the hospital premises in Yaoundé. Details with Jessica Ndiu.
The donation handed over to Oja Medical Center in Yaoundé 4 municipality, located in the Mfundi division, included wheelchairs, microscope, tumor measurement devices, and other essential medical supplies aimed at strengthening healthcare services. The items were presented by the Director General of Cameroun Airport Corporation, CAC, Thomas Owona Asumu, and received by Director of Oja Medical Center, Dr. Victorine Congo. This initiative is set to enhance healthcare delivery and improve patient care at Oja Medical Center. This initiative is part of corporation's corporate social responsibility, supporting public authorities through targeted actions in health, education, and social services, contributing to the improvement of living conditions for the population.
en assurant une prise en charge préventive.
The daily activities of a health facility are carried out by more than 100 professionals who are conscious, rigorous, and respectful of medical ethics. They are fully devoted to the effective care, follow-up, and support of Yaoundé 4 and beyond. This equipment will allow effective care for our patients and will contribute to the transformation of our health system. The items are specifically intended for use in the operating room, hospital wards, laboratory examinations, and the transfer of patients to clinics. All patients will benefit from these support. Faithful to its policy of corporate social responsibility, the Cameroon Airport Corporation (CAC) continues to support public authorities through targeted actions. Through these efforts, the corporation contributes to the lasting improvement of living conditions, strengthening community development across the country, a commitment that places people at the heart of sustainable development. CAC supports public authorities through target actions in favor of health, educational, and social structures, thereby contributing to the lasting improvement of the living conditions of the population. The donation of medical equipment we are carrying out today reflects our determination to strengthen the operational capacity of Oja Medical Center, enabling medical personnel to work under better conditions and provide quality care to patients. The donation of these medical supplies is expected to significantly improve healthcare delivery to the population, as note of gratitude was expressed. We do not make requests unless there is a real need. This equipment was truly necessary to help transform our health system, particularly to improve the quality of care for our patients. I can assure you that the supplies will be put to use immediately, as the Director General mentioned, and that the population will fully benefit from them. As part of its spirit of solidarity and corporate social responsibility, the corporation has extended its support to the health sector through the donation of medical supplies and equipment as part of its dynamic of solidarity and corporate social responsibility in medical centers in Yaoundé. After the hospital of Efulan in 2025, it is now the turn of the Oja Medical Center to benefit from these supports based on the list of needs submitted by the hospital authorities. The donation includes 10 pieces of equipment for medical care and hospitalization. This comprises bedside tables, rolling chairs, reinforced care trays, potentiometers, and black lights. For medical diagnosis, the equipment includes electric pistols, obstetrical Dopplers, binocular microscope, mobile lamps, and a tumor measurement device to ensure that everything moves on smoothly in this medical center. The handover ceremony of medical supplies and equipment to Oja Hospital brought together representatives of the Senior Division Officer of Yaoundé 4, the Center Regional Delegate of Public Health, and medical practitioners.
Emotional dependency is quietly affecting relationships and mental well-being, leaving many people trapped in unhealthy attachments. In this report, we are going to hear from a psychologist who explains the dangers of emotional dependency and offers guidance on how individuals can regain emotional independence. As we tell us, Jessica Ndiwu.
Emotional dependency, often mistaken for love or care, is increasingly becoming a silent threat to mental well-being. Many people find themselves unable to make decisions, feel secure, or function normally without constant emotional support from another person. A psychologist warns that these unhealthy attachments can lead to negative aspects. Emotional dependency can sometimes come from insecure attachment and low self-esteem. In such cases, it may be seen as a personality trait or a symptom. But when emotional dependency strongly affects a person's behavior and causes problems in their social life, it becomes a psychological disorder known as dependent personality disorder. While emotional dependency can feel comforting at first, it can gradually turn into a burden that limits personal growth and independence. One of the first signs of emotional dependency is a constant and unresolved fear, especially the fear of separation. This fear creates permanent anxiety, with people feeling distressed at the thoughts of losing a loved one or leaving a relationship. Emotionally dependent individuals often struggle to make decisions on their own and constantly seek validation from others before moving forward. Recognizing the signs is the first step and most important step towards change. When someone is already in affective dependency, it can happen that the person has constant headaches, constant sleep disorders, gastrointestinal problems, and appetite disorders. When we group together these different disorders, we see that the person may be in a state of affective dependency. It is a disease of jealousy, an irrational jealousy that cannot really be explained. Psychologists recommend building self-confidence, setting healthy boundaries, and seeking professional help as effective ways to regain emotional independence and healthy connections.
And away from that, a rising wave of crime marked by abductions, frequent disappearances, rape, violence, murder, and other vicious acts has left many citizens living in fear and uncertainty. As insecurity deepens, our reporter Jessica Ndewum gathered testimonies from citizens to understand the root causes of this problem and are calling for increased vigilance. Her report.
Marked by posters and announcements of vicious acts such as abductions, frequent disappearances, rape, violence, and murder, residents are left living in fear and uncertainty of the unforeseen. I would also say that today's youth, when we look around, we face certain deprivations, including exposure to drugs, alcohol, and other influences, which can lead some people to commit harmful acts. In some cases, it can be that, but in other cases, it may stem from a desire of power or the influence of certain sects that demand specific sacrifices. Life today presents these challenges and they shape the choices some individuals make. I think parents should focus on the safety of their children, especially those who are minors. Ensuring their protection should be a priority for every parent. Some victims are found dead, sometimes decapitated, causing widespread of fear. While one can never be too careful, the growing insecurity highlights the urgent need for individuals to stay safe.
Pour moi, par exemple,
I will avoid walking at night and ensure that my children do not walk around at those times, no matter what. For me, my children who were born and raised in Yaoundé are not recognized in my own neighborhood because I choose to give them basic education and to avoid late nights from home to school or from school to the house.
De la maison à l'école.
Citizens are urging authorities to take swift action to restore security and public confidence before fear escalates into widespread panic.
And on to this information on sports, the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations in Morocco proceed tonight, January 14, 2026, with the Teranga Lions of Senegal taking on Egypt. As the game unfolds, the Senegalese side continue to dominate the boys of Hassan Assam during the first 45 minutes of play. Though the Teranga Lions continue to suffer the fate of